Hello everybody, I'm Jessie, your favorite crafting bestie. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make the viral star garland. Before we get into that, if you guys can go ahead and like and comment and share with all your friends and family and make sure to follow, that would be amazing. I don't ever want to gatekeep, and in order for me to keep doing these fun videos for free, if you guys can go ahead and help me out by liking, commenting, and sharing and making sure to follow, that will make it so I can keep doing these for you. So thanks. So what you are going to need for this project is pretty simple. You are going to need your sewing machine. If you don't already have a sewing machine, I sincerely recommend going and picking up a sewing machine, even if it's just an entry-level sewing machine with a straight stitch. Sewing is a craft that I learned from a very young age that I use for everything, and it's a super valuable hobby. So that's my quick little pitch is don't hesitate. If you have ever wanted to try to get into sewing, you can use it for so many things. Go get yourself a sewing machine today. So aside from your sewing machine, you're also going to need cardstock paper. I used up all my cool shimmer paper for my actual craft because I didn't know people were actually going to want a tutorial for this. So for this specific tutorial, I'm using this plain brown cardstock. I have linked the shimmer paper. The shimmer paper is so cool because it has a little shimmer to it and it shimmers on both sides. It also gives it a little bit more body, which I love. So as much as I'm sure this brown is going to turn out cute as well, follow my links to get the shimmer paper because that paper is seriously the coolest and it is so fun to work with. And they have it in a variety of different shades and it's got the little glitter on both sides, which is great. And then also you're going to need a star punch. So I am using the 2-inch star punches. I have two. This one's from Walmart and this one is from Amazon. I personally like this one better. I think it's $1 more expensive, but the components are just a little bit smoother. This one gets a little clunky. And when I use this one, I've had to oil this multiple times. It's still good. It still works, but you're going to have to oil it a little bit. So I will link both of these in the blog, but this is my preference, just so you know. So this one will be linked first. This one will be linked second. That's all you need. And how much paper you want just depends on how crazy you want to go. So for context of the shimmer paper, I ordered 3 25-piece paper packets. So I have 75 pieces of paper total. I ordered it in 3 different colors to give it a variety because I love the variety in color. I think it adds a little bit of dimension to my garland. And then for each string, I tried to do about 5 pieces of paper, create enough stars. But then near the end, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hole punch everything in one color, sew it all up, and then cut it post, hanging it up. So I knew exactly how much I needed. Go ahead and make sure you order at least 1 25 packet of paper. So you're going to take the first piece of paper. I don't recommend layering up and doing multiple pieces of paper at once. That's a little bit clunky. I tried it. Trust me, I'm always looking for ways to be more efficient. Initially, I started going around the edge, and then I realized like halfway through my project that if I just did 1 2 3 4 5 6 across the bottom with a little bit of angle on this. So if you want the most stars out of your paper, this is the way to do it. So you're going to start right in the lower right hand corner and punch a piece of paper out. And then I just line it up, make it so it's like, oh, I'm peeking at the edge there and then right there, and punch. And we're going to go across the entire bottom piece. So I'm going to speed this up for you guys in a little bit just so you don't have to watch this entire thing. And then, like I said, when you get to the end, you're going to have to angle it a little bit to get that 5th piece just because it's a little tight there. Okay, very important because when you're doing the hole punches, it's hard to get the next row unless you trim this back. So I trim this back just a little bit. Now, this might seem like TMI and you don't need to perfect it this much, but hey, I'm here to share with you guys all my crazy little tips and tricks. So now we just have the little nubs there. That gets us what we need out of here. So we're going to go ahead and do the next row and then I'll speed this up. And one thing I forgot to tell you, and I forgot to do this myself the second time, but after doing many, many rows of these, I figured out that if I put my bowl right underneath my hole punch, then I don't have to go digging up stars off the floor. So the next step that we're going to do is to actually sew the stars together. So you're just going to want to thread your sewing machine. We are just going to do the straight stitch. So the straight stitch on my machine is at 1. And then the stitch length that I recommend is between 2 and 2.5. So I'm going to go with 2 because I'm ready to go. So I already have my bobbin wound. I'm using just 100% polyester thread. Did a regular weight thread. You could go thicker. I wouldn't go too thin just because you want it to be durable enough, but I haven't had issues just with like a standard weight. Same with the bobbin. And then in my needle, I just had have an 80-12 needle, a universal needle, nothing special. Obviously, sewing through paper is going to dull it up a little bit. That's why I buy my needles in bulk. I'll link the needles that I like to order, and I order like 100 pack 80-12s, and then if I do specialized stuff, then I'll get other stuff. But overall, the 80-12s get me through almost anything. Let's get started. So in order to make the three-dimensional look is by sewing two together. Occasionally with the last one, I accidentally sewed three every once in a while, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. So then I added in a couple more. But in general, sewing two at a time gives a really cool three-dimensional look. If you do three for every single one, you're going to need, you know, extra stars. So I'm sticking with two. What I did to do this is I sewed each one where I'm going into the butt of the star and then sewing straight up to the point. And I did that for every single one. I hold it like this, put my presser foot down, and I'm good to go. So I start there, I do a little reverse, and then I sew all the way off the top, and then I prepare the next two. Let it go. And right there you can see I just kept sewing off of it. A few people have commented that they have tension issues. If you do that, you'll probably want to pull the end of the star while you're sewing on air, essentially. But if your machine's not having issues like that, you can kind of just sew right over it onto the next, and it's creating that little bit of a chain. So about 1/4 of an inch in between. And again, if you're having tension issues, then I recommend just kind of trying to pull and see what happens. Let's see, so I pulled there, and now I have a longer one. Overall, I just sew right up the middle and we're good to go. So I'm going to speed this up so you guys don't have to watch everything, but you'll get an idea of how I did this. Okay, so we are at the end now, and I'm just going to do a quick little reverse and that. Lift up my presser foot. And voila. So this step was a little tedious, but this is where the fun happens. And this is where it's important to use something with a little bit of body. So you're going to take the two pieces and fold it open, and you just press, and there you go, right? So next one, you pull them apart, press it, there you go. Pull it apart, press it, there you go. So I'll speed it up from here because this is super repetitive. You get the idea. And this is where the shimmer paper, I think, looks the best, because when you pair that with some Christmas lights, you get a little extra glitter off of it, and it looks so cute. But if you got the beige mom vibes, then I'm sure like a plain paper like this would fit really nice and look cute as well. That's how to complete your 3D star garland. I hope you enjoy.